8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Romesh Piris and read by Indrani Senanaika. The headlines. The President instructs district secretaries to provide immediate relief to those affected by adverse weather. The first reading of the appropriation bill for the year 2023 is scheduled to be presented tomorrow. Fuel prices to be slashed today. Agri-loans handed over to farmers for the Maha season. The Archbishop of Colombo requests Catholics to celebrate Christmas this year and avoid lavish spending on decorations. US donates medical equipment to hospitals in Sri Lanka. News from overseas. Russia dive bombs Kiev with kamikaze zones. And in sports news, cricket, Sri Lanka and Afghanistan to play ODI series in November. President's Media Division said President Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed all the district secretaries to coordinate the relief work with the help of the Disaster Management Centre for those affected by the prevailing bad weather conditions. The President has also mentioned that all necessary provisions have been allocated through the Ministry of Finance and has directed the officials to provide all necessary facilities, including food and medicine, to the affected people. He has advised the officials to pay special attention to the sanitary facilities of the affected people. The President further instructed the district secretaries to work in coordination with all the divisional secretaries and officials of the line ministries to get the support of government officials and the armed forces in this relief program. The first reading of the appropriation bill for the year 2023 is scheduled to be presented tomorrow. The decision was reached at the meeting of the Committee on Parliamentary Business held on the 7th of October under the patronage of Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abewardena. Subsequently, time has been allotted from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. for the motion and the adjournment time brought in by the government. The committee has also decided to debate 6 bills presented by the Minister of Justice on Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Furthermore, a vote is scheduled to be held at the end of the debate on the second reading on the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution, which will be held on the 21st until 5:30 p.m. The issuance of loans for crops for farmers through dedicated farmer banks for the upcoming Maha season commenced at the Netol Pitia Regional Agricultural Research and Development Centre today. 814,678 hectares of land will be cultivated during the Maha season. Minister of Agriculture Mahinda Amaravira handed over loans for the 2022-23 season this morning. 50,000 rupees each were issued by the Minister to 11 crop loan beneficiaries. The issuance of the loan for crops is carried out as a pilot project through the Agriculture Cooperative Bank. 7.1 billion rupees has been awarded to 207,103 farmers thus far this year. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. We continue with local news. The Archbishop of Colombo, Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit, today called on Catholics to celebrate Christmas on a low key this year and avoid spending lavishly on decorations. Speaking during a religious service held to mark the 75th Jubilee of St. Theresa's Church, Vatapattala, Negombo, Cardinal Ranjit said Christmas this year should be confined to feeding the hungry. The head of the Catholic Church further stated that one must not waste funds on decorating churches and other places this Christmas, considering the situation of the country, and added there are many who live in hunger. Therefore, the only thing that should be done during Christmas this year is to provide a meal for the poor. U.S. Ambassador to Sri Lanka Julie Chang today donated medical equipment to several hospitals to support the urgent medical needs of Sri Lankans throughout the country. The medical equipment was donated from the U.S. Department of Defense to the Ministry of Health at the base hospital in Panadura after meeting with the Minister of Health, Keheliya Rambukwala. The equipment, which will enhance the medical services of hospitals and clinics throughout the country. At the hospital, Ambassador Chang met with Ministry of Health officials, doctors, nurses and other medical personnel from the wards that will benefit from the equipment. The Ambassador Chang further said the U.S. donation of medical equipment demonstrates the support and friendship extended by the U.S. to Sri Lanka in the face of challenging times. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka has issued the power cut schedule from tomorrow till the 21st of October. Accordingly, 2-hour and 20-minute power cuts will continue for groups A to L and P to W. 1-hour power cuts will be enforced during the day and 1 hour and 20 minutes at night. That ends the local segment of news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara says the price of octane 92 petrol will be reduced by 40 rupees per litre and the price of auto diesel by 15 rupees per litre with effect from 9 p.m. tonight. Accordingly, the new price of octane 92 petrol will be 370 rupees per litre, while auto diesel will be 415 rupees per litre. However, the prices of other petroleum products will remain the same, he said in a tweet. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Now we take a look at Watchlight. The Colombo Lotus Tower Management Company has decided to extend the opening hours of the Colombo Lotus Tower for public observation. Hence, the general public can now visit the Lotus Tower from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays and from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. on weekends. Meanwhile, the company requests the public to use the following phone numbers for inquiries. WhatsApp and email address to book tickets and times for any official visit by schools and preschools. 074 201 943 on WhatsApp and 011 242 1874 and the web address info@colombo-lotustower.lk.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines. Russia dive bombs Kiev with kamikaze zones. UK Treasury Chief Jeremy Hunt reverses nearly all tax cut plans. The UN says more than 7 million Venezuelans have left their homeland since 2015 amid an ongoing economic and political crisis. Russia has hit Ukraine with a wave of attacks, dive-bombing the capital, Kyiv, with what appears to be Iranian-made kamikaze zones. The government says critical infrastructure was hit in the Kyiv, Dnipro and Sumy regions, with electricity cut in hundreds of towns and villages. At least 8 people were killed, 4 in Kyiv and 4 in Sumy. Calls have mounted for sanctions on Iran, which continues to deny supplying drones to the Russian military. In the latest attack, 28 drones targeted the capital. British Chancellor of the Exchequer Jeremy Hunt has reversed most of an economic package announced by the government just weeks ago, saying the country needed to rebuild investor confidence. Hunt said he was scrapping almost all the tax cuts announced last month and signaled public spending cuts were on the way. Hunt said a planned 1 percentage point cut to the basic rate of income tax that had been due to take effect next year will not happen. He also scaled back a cap of energy prices designed to help householders pay their bills. It will now be reviewed in April rather than lasting 2 years. According to new UN data, more than 7 million Venezuelans have left their homeland since 2015 amid an ongoing economic and political crisis. More than half of them face challenges accessing food, housing and stable employment, the UN says. But despite the difficulties facing them abroad, the flow of Venezuelans escaping turmoil in their homeland has not let up. Aid agencies warn that these migrants risk being forgotten amid other crises. More than 80% of those who have left Venezuela are living in Latin American and the Caribbean, in countries which often already struggle to provide health and education to their own nationals. To end this bulletin of world news, headlines again. Russia dive bombs Kiev with kamikaze drones. UK Treasury Chief Jeremy Hunt reverses nearly all tax cut plans. The UN says more than 7 million Venezuelans have left their homeland since 2015 amid an ongoing economic and political crisis. On to development news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance.
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And here is development news. The Ceylon Electricity Board states that the turbine with state-of-the-art technology required for the speedy establishment of Sri Lanka's first liquefied natural gas power plant has been brought to the port of Colombo. The Ceylon Electricity Board also says that this gas turbine, manufactured by the well-known Siemens company in Germany, is one with the most advanced technologies. The new electricity project has been started in Sri Lanka for many years, and the Ceylon Electricity Board says the 350 megawatt Sobadhanavi dual cycle power plant, which is being built at Kevrapitiya, will be a huge solution to the current electricity crisis in the country and a unique victory for the country's power industry.
Sports News is brought to you by...
With many values that bind us beyond the transaction, we are Sampath Bank. We present your future.
On to sports news. The Afghanistan national team will arrive in Sri Lanka in November 2022 for a one-day international series. Sri Lanka Cricket, issuing a statement, said the series is part of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League 2023. The Afghanistan national team will arrive in Sri Lanka on the 22nd of November 2022.
A special interest rate of 15% on savings certificates opened in October. Prarthana for children, Prarthana Plus for adults. NSB Prarthana, your dreams realized.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Commercial Bank of Ceylon has entered into a strategic partnership with the National Chamber of Exporters of Sri Lanka to create another platform to extend financial solutions to the country's exporters with emphasis on small and medium enterprises. A memorandum of understanding ratified by the two organizations paves the way for enhanced and focused access to the Chamber's membership. The bank said this partnership will also see the extension of the bank's commitment to encourage and strengthen SMEs engaged in the export market and the delivery of a full range of international banking capabilities and expertise to facilitate the growth of business for exporters.
Business News, sponsored by...
When I grow up, I'll fly to the moon somehow.
Envision your future now. NSB Prarthana will show you the path to your dreams. This thrift month, open a savings certificate. It's a long-term investment on your future with great returns. A special interest rate of 15% on savings certificates opened in October. Prarthana for children, Prarthana Plus for adults. NSB Prarthana, your dreams realized.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has informed that the Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index declined in September 2022, indicating a setback in manufacturing activities on a month-on-month basis. Accordingly, manufacturing PMI recorded an index value of 42.6 in September 22, with a decline of 7.0 index points from the previous month, driven by the decreases in all the sub-indices except employment and suppliers delivery time. The decline in new orders and production was mainly attributable to the manufacture of food and beverages and textiles and weaving apparel sectors. However, employment is broadly at the level of the previous month, while an improvement seen in the manufacture of textiles and the apparel sector.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LOLC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. The Met Department forecast showers or thunder showers to occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa Central and the northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur elsewhere over the island during the afternoon or at night. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damage caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. The President instructs district secretaries to provide immediate relief to those affected by the adverse weather. The first reading of the appropriation bill for the year 2023 is scheduled to be presented tomorrow. Fuel prices to be slashed tonight. Agri-loans handed over to farmers for the Maha season. The Archbishop of Colombo requests Catholics to celebrate Christmas and avoid lavish spending on decorations. US donates medical equipment to hospitals in Sri Lanka. World news, Russia dive bombs Kiev with kamikaze zones, and in sports news, cricket, Sri Lanka and Afghanistan to play an ODI series in November. That ends tonight's news broadcast. The time reads 3 minutes past 9 o'clock. This is Radio Sri Lanka.